Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from CNBC that was written by Kate Rooney. Now, this was published on January 10th. And with this going on, I mean, you got to take where it's coming from a grain of salt. But with what's been admitted, all you got to say is a bunch of YouTubers, they got some explaining to do. Because they shilled honey. And I'm talking like shilled the shit out of it. I watch, some of the regular content creators that I watch are like Sam Crack, Rich Rebuilds, Linus Tech Tips, and other channels from the Linus Media Group, and a bunch of others. And they've all shilled honey. And what gets me is you would think that these people, especially say someone like Linus, okay? Because Linus Sebastian does a tech channel. He does multiple tech channels, actually. You would think he would look into honey and see if, I don't know, maybe they're spying on their users and tracking them and shit like that. No, he didn't. He starts shilling the shit out of honey. All right. This is kind of like those, what was it, Candid or whatever the hell that app was, okay, with like all the skeptics. This is the same type of shit. All right. And Rich Rebuilds. I mean, man, I know that you're like, out there and stuff like that. But dude, you should have checked into it. Okay, Sam Crack, buddy. I've seen you hawk a bunch of shit, and it doesn't seem to me like you necessarily care, because I've seen some of the earbuds you've hawked. They're complete shit. But, dude, your credibility goes along with these lines. You sacrifice your credibility. And I look at these content creators doing this, and then I see this article, and it's like, yeah, I knew that app was shady just by looking at it. I mean, the only way they can make money is by collecting user data and then taking it and somehow directly selling it or repackaging it in some way, and then turning around and turning that into another product and selling it. Because they ain't making money off of these, finding you coupons with honey here. Anyway, the title of the article. Amazon tells users to uninstall a product that PayPal just paid $4 billion for. Ooh, PayPal paid $4 billion for it too. You gotta love that one. During the height of the holiday shopping season, Amazon warned some users that the browser extension Honey could be a security risk. Yeah, and I'm sure Honey didn't like that. PayPal, and neither did PayPal. PayPal paid $4 billion for the startup, which has worked with Amazon since it was founded in 2012. This appears to be Amazon's first public warning about Honey's security concerns. This is so funny because you get PayPal paying $4 billion for it. It has worked with Amazon since it was founded in 2012, and they came out against their partner and said, yeah, Honey's a little sketchy. Oh, PayPal was once part of Amazon's competitor eBay, and Amazon does not accept PayPal as an option in checkout. Amazon also has a competing discount plugin, which they're trying to frame this in a different situation, but they admit down at the end of the article that, yeah, it was collecting data. That's directly from Honey, but it's like, it wasn't collecting personal data. It was still collecting data. But yeah, so I love how they throw this up at the top because it throws some shade, It's like, well, Amazon's got this. So what? If they admit it's a security concern and then down at the bottom of the article, you have, a representative of Honey saying, well, yeah, we did collect some data, but it wasn't personal data. Please trust us. You're being a little bit shady up here, CNBC, with this one. Anyway, let's get into the article. Amazon has a beef with the startup PayPal recently acquired Honey. I love that, how they're starting out that way. Instead of, admitting the fact that, yeah, Honey's representative kind of said, hey, we were collecting some data, but don't worry, you trust us. During the height of the holiday shopping season, the e-commerce giant warned some users that the browser extension could be a security issue. I love how they just take out of context security issue, because it makes you wonder what exactly Amazon said. Honey tracks your private shopping behavior, collects data like your order history and items saved. Well, they're saying here, but yeah, I want to know what the full thing was. And you can read Honey tracks your private shopping behavior, collects data like your order history and items saved, and can read or change any of your data on your website you visit. The message, which was posted on Twitter by multiple users, said, to keep your data private and secure, uninstall this extension immediately. And then they're showing here, from a blue check mark, Amazon's telling shoppers, blah, 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 discontinue use of it, remove it. And they're saying, got them saying it's malware, but it's funny because everyone goes, "Oh yeah, put in the Honey browser extension. It'll find you discount codes, and it'll save you money." And no one honestly thought that, hey, they might be, the only way that they're making money is by, I don't know, collecting data, because it's the only way they could be. And that's the thing. They didn't want to, look at that. I'm sure Linus Media Group, they're not stupid over there. Linus isn't an idiot. I'm sure that consideration crossed his mind, but I think he was probably more concerned with the money that Honey is shilling him. I mean, because now he's got his Linus Tech Tip store, and then he's shilling that really hard, and he's just shilling shit in general really hard. So yeah, I think he's getting a little greedy, and I don't think he gave a shit. But the other ones, they might have some plausible deniability, because I wouldn't exactly say Sam Crack is tech savvy, and I wouldn't exactly say Rich Rebuilds is computer savvy. I mean, he's, mechanically inclined. But like someone like Linus, come on now, you don't get a free pass on this shit, dude. What are you going to say about this? Anyway, PayPal paid $4 billion for Honey in December, the largest acquisition in payment companies' history. The Los Angeles... Wow, in their history? Wow. That's a lot of money, too. The Los Angeles-based startup was founded in 2012 and lets users find coupons while shopping online. It works through a browser extension known as a plugin that automatically searches for discounts as customers shop on sites like Amazon. Honey makes a commission off each sale and has ushered in 17 million users. Okay, but you're telling me that they're not using that user data to profit in some way? Bullshit. And they might not. They might be repackaging it, and they might be supposedly stripping personal shit. But that data they're collecting has a monetary value, and they're looking to exploit it, or are exploiting it. PayPal and Amazon haven't historically worked closely together. PayPal was once part of Amazon's competitor eBay, and Amazon does not accept PayPal as an option in checkout. It also has a competing discount plugin. Yeah. Honey's plugin has been compatible with Amazon since it hit the market roughly 7 years ago. This appears to be Amazon's first public scrutiny of the startup for security concerns. Okay. And now it's a little convenient. They might have turned a blind eye, but that does not negate that there is some security concerns here, because I'm assuming Amazon was like, well, shit, they're driving business our way. We're throwing them a little money. We're making more money. Yeah, let's just kind of keep the status quo and keep our mouths shut. And now that this happened, yeah, it's a little convenient, but it doesn't negate, especially when you've got Honey saying, yeah, we do collect the data, but we don't sell it. Trust us. So yeah, anyway, our goal is to warn customers about browser extensions that collect personal shopping data without their knowledge or consent, such as customer name, shipping and or billing address, and payment method from the checkout page, an Amazon spokesperson told CNBC. Yeah. Well, I would like to know that. Does Honey tell you that it collects those things in its terms of service? I don't use it, because I saw it at the beginning and said, yeah, they got to be collecting user data. Watch. And sure enough, oh yeah, we're collecting user data, but don't worry, you can trust us. We don't sell it. We don't do this. Yeah, right. A company collecting personal data can be trusted. Uh-huh. A spokesperson for Honey said the extension is not and has never been a security risk and is safe to use. We only use data in ways that directly benefit Honey members, helping people save money and time, and in ways they would expect. Our commitment is clearly spelled out in our privacy and security policy. Okay, and then it says the company said it collects limited shopping data and uses it to analyze information on retail websites so users can find the best coupon, but does not sell your personal information ever. Now, what's funny is you got to love this. They're taking this out of context, which makes me a little bit, skeptical and feeling this might be a little bit sketchy, and that CNBC is, possibly running some interference for Honey. I wonder if NBC Universal has any stake in Honey. Comcast, do you? I mean, I find this a little bit funny. Oh, well, they're taking that out of context and like, well, it takes limited shopping data and uses it to information. Yeah, but we don't sell your personal information. Well, here's the thing. They're collecting supposedly limited information. What's their definition of limited? Number one. Number two, if the information is limited, then why would there be a concern about someone selling, I should say, personal information? That shouldn't even be a concern, but here they are putting that in there as part of this. So obviously, that limited information has a wider scope than they're willing to admit. And it has your actual personal information involved in it. And they say, well, we're doing this to and with this idea of we only use data in ways that directly benefit Honey members. That information, they might not be selling it, but they, on this idea of quote unquote benefiting Honey users, if they're taking that information and they're showing it to potential partners, okay, by their statement, in theory, that's benefiting Honey members. But in reality, it's selling them down the river, and there's no money being exchanged for it. How the hell? I mean, which is kind of a bad business model if you're using the data to improve your financial, viability. But yeah, that's what they could be doing. So, I mean, these companies that they're showing it to are now benefiting from it, and they didn't pay for it. And I'm sure that's what they're doing. Because if you think about it, if you want to go and acquire new partners in a situation like this, you want to show what your users of your plugin or your app or whatever the case may be, let's say like it's a mobile app or whatever, you're going to want to show that this benefits their company going with you. The only way you can do that is by showing personal data of your members. It's the only way. Because you can say, look, they're buying these people here. I mean, I'm sure that they're kind of grouping it together, but they're like, well, look at all these people here are buying products that you sell. How about you partner with us? We'll hook our Honey app up to your shit, and you're going to get more business. It makes sense to me. It's marketing. All I got to say, like I said, is there are some YouTube creators out there that got some explaining to do after Shilling Honey, and not even looking into the fact of if they collect data, what type of data it is. And the one I'm singling out more than anyone is Linus Sebastian and Linus Tech Tips and Linus Media Group, everyone there. You people shilled the shit out of this. Or even JR, whatever, go. Shilled it too. But anyway, back to Linus, okay? You guys shilled the shit out of this. You're a tech channel. You talk about personal security on the note of your electronics, whether it's your computers or your smartphone or whatever else, okay? Your tablet. And talking about security with it. You talk about, third parties, tracking your shit, companies and stuff. All right, you talk about using VPNs to avoid, having that type of stuff. You literally talk about how to protect your privacy. And then here you are shilling an app that violates the privacy. Shame on you. Shame on you, Linus. Dude, you're pathetic for doing that. You and your little burgeoning empire are pathetic for doing that. Oh. I don't see, he hasn't said anything about it. You would think he would want to chime in. Anyway, I think I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.